Hey everybody, my name is Davy and I'd like to talk about investing, savings, and financial independence. Today we're going to talk about how to save money on a car. And if you don't have a car, don't click out yet. Go ahead and send this video to somebody, or you can listen and tell them how to save money on a car. Before we get started, please give this video a like and subscribe to this channel because it really helps out a small channel like mine. Thanks so much and stay tuned. According to NerdWallet, in the beginning of the week, gas is a lot cheaper than buying it at the end of the week. For example, I like to buy gas on Mondays and Tuesdays versus like Fridays and Saturdays, because by the time the week ends, most people are done with their work week, they want to fill up their gas for the weekend, and by that time the gas prices are higher. A second thing for buying gas as well is make sure you try to avoid buying gas along the freeway, because people know how desperate you are if you're trying to get gas along a freeway. It's that like you're probably running on low or E, and they're going to take advantage of that and have really high prices. I mean, you probably see. Another tip on how to save money on gas is to not drive recklessly. When people drive quickly and stop and drive really quickly and slow down, the gas acceleration is not optimized. So basically you're using a lot of gas just to drive fast. I don't know, people just cut each other off just to be ahead of each other for like a few seconds. It's awful. I hate it. It's dangerous. Anyway, don't drive recklessly. It causes you to use more gas. And which brings me to my next point. In order to save gas, another thing you can use if your car has this is cruise control. If you look at your car behind the steering wheel to the right, there's this like rectangular button that you can use for cruise control. Basically, you want to be accelerating at your desired speed. So let's say you want to go 50 miles per hour for a while. You set it and then you press down, and then your car will actually automatically keep your distance or speed rather at 50 miles per hour, and you don't have to keep your foot on the gas. And it says if you use cruise control, you can save from 7 to 14% on your gas. This makes sense, right? Because instead of driving a really long time and accelerating and pushing off, accelerating and pushing off, it's pretty inefficient because your speed isn't consistent. So you might be using a lot more gas than you actually need to. There are some caveats though. Cruise control is most efficient when you're on flat land, so try to avoid hills, but I still use cruise control on the freeway because my legs get tired, okay? And then it doesn't really quite work well in traffic. Another tip to save money on gas is if your car isn't moving for 1 to 2 minutes, let's say you're at the In-N-Out drive-through or Taco Bell drive-through, I don't know. Comment below what drive-thrus you be going through a lot. If your car isn't moving for 1 to 2 minutes, it's pretty gas inefficient to keep your car on. So it's suggested that you turn your car off and probably just go inside and get the food yourself. If you turn your car off, you can save up to 19% of gas. If you like these tips so far, please remember to like this, comment, and subscribe to this channel. All right, we talked a lot about gas. I'm gonna move on to more other parts of the car, such as like body and maintenance. The next tip is to make sure you're maintaining your car. So you wanna be proactive instead of being reactive to what your car might need. For example, make sure to check your oil and change your oil. You can tell your oil is really bad if you look at your stick. I don't know what it's called. It's the stick, and your oil is like black or really, really dark brown. That means your oil has been used too much and you need an oil change. This runs your car, and if you have bad oil, it can really mess up your engine. So make sure you're being proactive and maybe put in your calendar every time you need to get an oil change. Another thing too to be preventative is make sure you rotate your tires every so often. Also make sure you're changing your fluids as well. Just to give you some context, I have a 2011 Toyota Corolla, and we got it 2011. It used to be my mom's and she gave it down to me. I'm super lucky. That's a privilege that I have, is that I didn't need to pay for my car. Luna is still at like 144K miles. So, and she's still going strong, and I'm making sure I'm taking care of her really well. Another thing too on how to save money on a car is when you think about maintenance, when you're buying a new or used car, is you want to make sure how much is this going to cost me to like maintain this car for years, right? Toyota Corollas are about the cheapest cars to maintain versus something like kind of flashy like a BMW, which I've seen friends' cars break down a lot and tend to be more expensive because they're German parts, can be really expensive. So that's something you need to like factor in when purchasing a car, is the maintenance. Speaking of maintenance, if you can, try to do repairs by yourself. Some really easy maintenance things to do by yourself is changing your oil, changing your brake lights, and your air and cabin filters. I've done this before, and there's so many great useful videos on YouTube. You kind of have to buy some of your own tools. You don't have to buy all the tools under the sun. You can just buy a few really significant and useful tools. So that way you make an upfront purchase, and then down the line, you can be saving a lot of money. And if you have family, maybe you can reach out to them and ask them to do it for you, or ask them if you can use their tools. There's also a lot of really cool online communities. On Facebook, I'm a part of like a Give Freely group. People typically give their things they don't want for free, but you can also borrow things. And depending too, I'll put a website, there's actually like free, if you can think about it, tool libraries in the communities. I know they have one in San Francisco. I'm not sure if they have one in LA or your region, but I'll go ahead and also look for the website here. It's really cool. Basically, you can borrow tools for free. That way you don't have to purchase it if you're not going to use it a lot. And the last tip, what's a way that people can save money on their cars?
What's the way people can save money on their cars?
Yeah.
Change your own oil.
You heard it. Change your own oil. Already said that.
Wash your own car.
Oh, I didn't say that. Wash your own car.
Minimize water, and you can save money.
Nice. Thank you.
Okay, I'll bet you.
Bye. All right, you heard it, folks. I forgot to tell you, wash your own car. I almost got trapped into life inflation. I have a friend who does detailing with cars, and I was like, you know what? My car's kind of crappy right now, and it has like sand stains in my car, so let me just help him out and commission him to do my car. And it felt really good to not have to do that myself. So if you can, make sure you're like washing your own car, making sure you're not getting used to like luxurious stuff. And then the last thing I have for today is make sure you buy warranty for parts that you know that you are gonna have to replace often. For example, my battery in my car gets pretty crappy pretty quickly, so it corrugated. All right, I don't think that's the right word either. It's future and smarter Davy. The word is corroded. It's a chemical damage from chemical reactions. And luckily I have Costco membership, so it's the 36-ish month warranty for the battery. And a few months ago, my battery crapped out on me and my car stopped working. And luckily I was able to pull to the side of the street, called up a friend, and then they were able to pick me up and get my battery out, go to Costco, and they use it with a wrench, I believe. So again, important to have basic tools. We got a new battery for free, and then came back to my car, put it in, installed it for me, and it was fine. So anyway, that was my last tip. I hope you enjoyed these. Please comment down below, what are some ways you use to save for your car that I did not mention? Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Remember to subscribe and stay cool. See you in the next video. Bye.